He said, and I quote, "How can a rat?" Dr. Abel Damina said he gave birth to an elephant. Dr. Enenche. Concrete evidence is now in circulation that Pastor Paul Enenche, despite denying knowing who Dr. Abel Damina is, truth remains that he lied. A careful scrutiny of the attached documents show that Dr. Damina, alongside Dr. Enenche and his wife, Dr. Mrs. Becky Enenche, were the three parties registered. In 1997 at the Corporate Affairs Commission as the trustee members in fulfillment of the requirements for dunamis, church to become a legal entity. Men and brethren, if Dr. Abel Damina was not someone of great significance to Pastor Enenche and like a backbone to the emergence of the now global Church Dunamis International Gospel Center, would the medical doctor clergy couple have involved him in the official registration of the church? Such a sensitive statutory documentation stage of any organization, which records he ought to have known, will always formally entitle some level of ownership to the board members respectively. So you all now see that in a way somehow it looks like Dr. Damina was shortchanged for pecuniary reasons. I may be wrong though. Finally, if the evidences on ground are factual, and I make bold to say that, of a truth, the rat unequivocally gave birth to an elephant, I rest my case. Dr. Damina didn't just ordain Dr. Paul Enenche and help him to start dunamis. He helped him also to marry his wife. I just thought of reminding Una. That's the complete story.
Somebody laughed at me in his church and called me a thief and called me a rat, claiming to give birth to an elephant. And he said that they are from the generation of giants. And he forgot that it's a small David that killed a giant Goliath.
We are from the generation of giants. If you are an offspring of a lion, you cannot be a rat. Did you hear what I just said?
Any promise of God you try to fulfill with your own hand, it will kill you. It will destroy your testimony. You get my? It will do what? To destroy your testimony. So when God speaks, let him fulfill it. So David was just quiet, serving. He already knew that he would be king. Before he even king Goliath, he knew.
You dey play, you go learn, and you will learn hard.
You get me? Who don't believe in God don't know what they miss. No, be smart.
We speak to the nations. Falsehood is collapsing. Deception is collapsing. The spell is broken. The oppression. We speak to the nations. Falsehood is collapsing. Deception is collapsing. The spell is broken. The oppression is broken. All the deceptive teachings are manifested.
Any promise of God you try to fulfill with your own hand, it will kill you. It will destroy your testimony. You get my? It will do what? To destroy your testimony. So when God speaks, let him fulfill it. So David was just quiet, serving. He already knew that he would be king. Before he even king Goliath, he knew. Let's say he never understood the ways of God. When he killed Goliath and the women began to sing, David Saul have killed 1,000. David have killed 10,000. David will have taken advantage of the situation. Say, hey, democracy. A lot of people are singing for me now. It's like your name is everywhere on social media. David will just have organized a campaign in another part and gather all those women and say, God spoke to me. He will not even say someone came. You know, pride make you diminish people that God use. That's why all these things happen on social media. Nature and Abel Damina, I just they laugh. Pride makes you diminish people that God use. Abel could be saying some things that does not align with scriptures. People who know are just watching and laughing over the whole stuff. You see, and I was speaking to somebody too.
Last Sunday, somebody laughed at me in his church and called me a thief and called me a rat, claiming to give birth to an elephant. And he said that they are from the generation of giants. And he forgot that it's a small David that killed a giant Goliath.
We are from the generation of giants. If you are an offspring of a lion, you cannot be a rat. Did you hear what I just said?
Then the video went out within the week, and he discovered that the person is calling a giant actually was given birth to by the rat. And now they are quiet because they don't know which other videos are lined up to be released. The reason why we released the video is because they say I was lying. And it's important for me as a leader to show that I was not lying. So we gave them small evidence so that they can see that we are not lying. 1997, we were there training those giants how to pray. (1997), the video is in circulation, and we have more evidence. I'm just waiting. Let them just come out again, then they will see fire.
I was speaking to somebody 2 days back. I asked the person, are these pastors born again? Because if you are born again, you will not lie. You will not be lying with boldness and calling people rats. There's one person in Port Harcourt calling Abel rat. I said, is he safe?
Ibiyeomie in Port Harcourt said, I lied, I'm a thief. They say I'm a rat. That rats don't give birth to giants. And so last Sunday I said to them, and they forget that it's a small David stone that killed the giant Goliath. I have nothing to benefit from that story other than putting the record straight.
What's the issue with Ibiyeomie that you have? Because for him to have replied like that, it seems he's really angry at you.
Maybe the tithe, the transactionary gospel. You know, I have many enemies now because of that. Yeah. But I have no worries. I'm not bitter, I'm not angry.
In fact, I was even confused. Adepoye called Enenche his son. Oyedepo called Enenche his son, so I don't know whose son is he.
Years ago, in Otukpo, I went there to preach to some young students. And we were praising God. And one of the products of that meeting is my beloved son, Paul Enenche.
Church. All these father-son things, I don't even know where we are taking it to. Yeah, my son. Yeah, my father. Shut up! We have taken members away from God. Nobody is saying, I belong to Jesus. It is, I am spiritual son of this, spiritual father of that, spiritual son of this. So, all those stuff, they are lying and talking. I asked myself, do they even read Revelation 21? That say, all liars. You could be anointed, but when you lie. I know 3 or 4 preachers that if they have not touched Enenche's life, there will be no Enenche. And Oyedepo is not one of them. Neither is Adeboye.
Came all the way from Lagos.
We were there in Abuja when all those meetings were holding. I was attending them. I was sneaking him attending the meetings. So we know all those stuff. So